The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 7th-year quarterback.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2. But his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Down to about the 23. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Stroud out of the gun here. Oh, his first throw of this playoff matchup is intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Defense.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, the killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Throwing now is Stroud. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Stroud. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Stroud looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again. And this time he is in for a Houston touchdown.
Point after here coming up. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just to let...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Pass complete to Addison. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down and 2.
At the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Stroud working out of the gun.
Open man is Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
Now Stroud.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Stroud to throw it. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Now 2nd and 9. The throwing again is Stroud.
Looking middle, and that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. That is caught. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The tight end in motion right. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Finding room at midfield.
And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 7.
They run the counter. Mackey. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Now a give right side. Mackey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Toward the pylon, caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
T. Higgins
from 10 yards out.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw. Pryor has it complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Mackey, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now back to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Touchdown! Isaiah Likely
from 6 yards away. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
This is 2nd and 8.
At the 31-yard line.
As Stroud now to throw.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Stroud out of the gun here.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing now is Stroud.
Hard throw, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. This pass complete to Higgins. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
2nd and 3.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down,
Mackey Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll set up to throw. Finds his man over the middle. It's likely. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup, as we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins squaring off against the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Ball start. Offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs them up 5. First and 15. In motion goes the tight end. Oh,
the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line.
And that is not near enough. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Stroud.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Stroud.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got... And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? if you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they end up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Stroud to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Stroud looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Complete to Likely. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Mackey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. In motion left goes a tight end. Back to throw now on 1st down. A short one there, caught by Likely. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
Here we go.
Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Houston set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Stroud.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Stroud will look to throw once more.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Quick throw by Stroud, complete out wide.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. And Stroud now to throw.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back live to Orlando. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 17-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up
Operating from the gun. Stroud got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores, as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop, 8 for 10 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll look to throw again. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll try the left side. Mackey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Mackey. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Ravens are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going down the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation.
Set. Set. Ready. Here we go. Here we go. Ha! Let's go. Set go. Ready, set. Ready. Let's go now. Check go. Okay, break. Hut. Come on, set. Go. Ready. Hut, hut. Ready. Hut, hut. Here we go, set.